But this season was crazy. It was crazy. The amount of sequels, the amount of new shows coming out that people were hyping up. There was so much to be watching.
TNMP, the Nerdy Misfit Podcast, with your hosts, Connor O'Neill and Matthew Hughes.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Nerdy Misfit Podcast with your hosts, Connor, Matt.
Hello.
If you're new around here, we talk about all sorts of nerdy topics, mostly anime, manga, superhero films.
Occasional D&D, some food.
Comics. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I mentioned. But yeah, today we'll be discussing the crazy season that, as of this recording, is not over, but by the time it's out, is pretty much right there.
Yep.
That was the summer 2025 anime season. Usually we do this we do a little mini recap in our preview for the next season, which we did already. The fall season is right here if you want to go check that out and let us know what you're going to be watching. But this season was crazy. It was crazy. The amount of sequels, the amount of new shows coming out that people were hyping up. There was so much to be watching. So we thought it kind of almost deserves its own separate little podcast where we can kind of discuss what we were enjoying, what maybe we weren't watching and started watching, etc., etc., etc. And maybe give a couple recommendations at the end.
Sacramundo.
Does that sound good to you, Matt?
Works for me. This is obviously the season I've probably been watching the most I've ever watched for seasons. Seasonals, because if you've been following the podcast a long time, I'm really bad at just holding on to seasonals, and usually I'll try and watch like one or
most
two,
people are.
Maybe three.
It becomes, for me, I think
becomes a chore.
Yes, exactly. And anime is supposed to be fun. So for me, I've also been doing a really good job of keeping up, but that's just more of a tip of the hat to how good the season's been.
Mm-hmm.
Finn also seems to think that the season was really good. He wants to get his 2 cents in. The structure of this is going to be a little bit all over the place, I think. But I feel like let's dive into perhaps what we've been watching first, and then we can go into perhaps the recommendations after.
Yeah, so I'll just list it off right now what I've been watching, and you can go and then we can discuss, because obviously some of these are going to be the same.
Yes. Are we going to include things that carried over, or do we want to just kind of keep it to the summer?
I would say carry over just as a whole, and then that can be a kind of separate topic afterwards.
Okay.
So carrying over from spring, I'm watching Anne Shirley and To Be Hero X. Those are obviously 24 eps starting in spring. And then for the summer anime, terribly sorry, a little sneeze. For the summer anime, season 2s, I'm watching Dan season 2, Kaiju number 8 season 2, Sakamoto Days Core 2 part 2, basically season 2 but not season 2. And then for the juicy stuff, what am I watching that's not season 2s? I'm watching Silent Witch. I'm watching Water Magician. I'm starting an anime called New Saga. I'm only a few episodes in by the time of this recording. Gachikuta, a couple episodes in. And then the big one that I'm also watching that I know for a fact Connor's not watching is Niant of the Living Cat. Connor, what are you watching this season?
So I have the same carryover shows of Anne Shirley and To Be Hero X.
Yep.
I mean, technically, I also had to finish some shows that I didn't keep up with, but I'm just going to not mention those because obviously those took a while to finish. Going into the straight up summer, though, I have been watching Dan, My Dress Up Darling. I did watch the first few episodes of The Summer Hikaru Died. We'll get into that a little later. Secrets of the Silent Witch, Gachikuta, which I recently watched a video where someone said Gachiakata. So I have no idea how to say it. I also saw Gachiakata.
I get it, kind of.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say Gachikuta. I mean, I'm an idiot, so I'm okay with being wrong.
you're not new around here, you guys should know that we butcher Japanese names all the time.
I butcher English names. Sakamoto Days Part 2, City the Animation, Kaiju number 8, second season, Clevitus, Ruri Rocks, The Water Magician. I'm just scrolling through. Tugen Anki?
Yes.
And I think nope. Rent a Girlfriend season 4. I'm just scrolling through my. And yeah, that's it. That's all.
That's all. Just a couple.
And we know there's some people in our Discord that are even watching more, which is crazy.
Hats off to you.
That is insane. And for us, I think, I don't know about you, but I will be watching The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. It is in Netflix jail. I just have accepted, like, oh, can't watch that. But once it comes out on Netflix, I'll be cranking that out for sure. I'm super pumped to watch it. And I'm super excited because I feel like the Netflix jail is going to be all at once. And I can just watch all of it.
Call it a day.
But we will see it. But
that one's on my list as well. And then
it's the highest rated currently for the season. And it's the reason we don't mention it is because we can't. I mean, we could.
Speaking of which, there's another anime that I've already aired this season. It was only 6 episodes. Both Connor and I have watched it. We briefly discussed it on the fall up, I think.
Yep.
But yeah, Takopi's Original Sin.
Yes.
That should also be mentioned. That's a big one.
And as of this episode's release date, we would have seen
the Demon Slayer film. Yes.
For the Infinity Castle arc.
Sure.
The first film of 3, I believe.
Yeah. Hopefully it's good.
So we can't really comment on that, but as of this coming out, we would have seen it.
Exactly.
All right.
But yeah, so
And that's not to mention, like, there's other shows we're not caught up on. There was Dr. Stone, there was Call of the Night,
Rising of Shield Hero.
Rising of Shield Hero, Grand Blue Dreaming season 2. There was Toilet Bound. There were so many sequels.
Lots of shows for the summer, which is wild, and like it's kudos to everyone that can keep up.
Yeah, I'm already
insane.
basically watching a season of anime per
week. Yeah, exactly, just to keep up with all.
And
these
that's
shows.
on top of just gonna shout out anime of the month that we're watching. This month it's Psycho Pass, which is very old compared to what we're watching right now. But yeah, at the same time had to catch up. We watched what the heck did we watch
last month?
Yeah.
Noisakoi False Love.
Oh, that was a Nisekoi, yeah. So yeah, but I was on top of having to watch all of that as well. So there's a lot, just a lot. There's a lot.
But going to the 2 carryovers, are you caught up on Anne Shirley and To Be Hero X? Are they kind of on your back burner right now?
I would say they're both on my back burner. The show I'm most excited for, that doesn't feel like a chore per se, is probably either Dan to Dan or Clevitus.
Okay.
And if I had to pick one, I'd probably say it's Clevitus, mostly because Dan to Dan I have read this arc. I know everything that's going to happen. Clevitus just feels like very breath of fresh air.
Okay.
In a lot of ways, so that's kind of what I'm enjoying. Feels like we don't often get dark fantasy anime. We get fantasy in a lot of our isekai, obviously, but not too many dark fantasies, and that are done well, animated well. So it's just been a nice, fresher breath air. I'm a big Berserk fan. Also Claymore. Matt and I have both read as well.
Yep.
So it is nice. It's just a nice, and dark fantasy. I feel like you can't always be going on dark fantasy because it does become a lot.
Yeah.
But it is definitely nice, to have it, maybe once a year. So I've been really enjoying that. But yeah, so the other two have been taking the back burner for sure.
Okay.
How about you? Are you caught up on both of them? I know that you've mentioned
and surely I'm getting there. To Be Hero X, I watched the first arc because To Be Hero X is an anthology style series where every few eps is a different arc. So for To Be Hero X, I've kind of watched, I think, the first 2 arcs. So it's good to like watch a few eps, take a break, come back to it. And surely I'm only a few eps behind now, but I really enjoy it. It's a very slice of life esque story. My girlfriend's a big Anna Green Gables fan.
Yeah.
For the first book / first story or whatever, right? But this is actually covering. I feel like it's gonna be the first 3 books of the actual book series. By the end of it, there's about 9 books in the series in total. So if it does good, then maybe we'll get an Anne Shirley season 2. Like I said, it's fun. Obviously, it's Canadian inspired, so that's always good to see. Yeah. But To Be Here Wax, the animation style is so different in comparison to anything I've seen, so it's adjustable to my eyes. So I almost have to take it in small doses, which is kind of good, I guess.
Yep.
But then for me, for ones that don't feel like a chore, is Dan a little bit. Kaiju number 8 season 2. Similar how you feel about Dan, I've read this arc, so I know what's happening. Yep. It's just really cool to see it come to life. And the other one is just Naiad of the Living Cat. I think it's such a fun anime.
Okay.
That I didn't know this existed, obviously, and then we talked about the seasonal, and then I saw a trailer for it, and I'm like, this is kind of fun because it's obviously it's basically Night of the Living Cat. So it's a zombie themed anime where the apocalypse has happened, everyone's getting turned into zombies, but instead of zombies, it's cats. So the cats have slowly taken over the world, and they're not sentient, like they don't speak. But if you get cats. If you get licked by a cat, you automatically within seconds transformed into a house cat, basically.
Okay.
And it's self-aware. Like they call it like the catastrophe or and like they find a kid who's allergic to cats and he joins the group as like a warning signal. So if he starts sneezing, they're like, "Oh, cats are nearby."
It's like an alarm.
Yeah. So it's like very self-aware. Like the core group worked at a cat cafe before the Catopolis happened.
Wow.
So like it's on the nose, but it's a lot of fun. And it's by OLM, which did Apothecary Diaries season 1, season 2, Odd Taxi, Comey Can't Communicate.
Yeah,
so big animes under their belt. So the animation for the cats is actually like pretty good. And they do throw like random cat facts in there about like different breeds of cats.
That's always fun when like the author or the writers of series like go really hard on like proper facts.
Yeah. Like I'm actually actively learning about
that's
cats.
Like Dr. Stone. That was what was really fun when I first was reading Dr. Stone. I was like, is the manga
are these factual things
into
like
real science?
Yeah. If I can find Naiad of the Living Cat because it's based on a manga, I think the manga would be fun to collect. I want to say it's still ongoing, but I'm not sure. But for you cat lovers, this is one you should definitely check out. It's coming out dubbed and subbed, so if you're not a subber, should be subbed to the podcast. But yeah.
Okay, so let's go over quickly the season 2s, the sequels of big shows, and then we can dive into maybe the first timers.
Yeah,
if you will.
The 3 that you're watching, I think 4 sequels, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
But so you got Dan, Kaiju number 8, Sakamoto, and Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah, and I also have Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus on the back burner. I just haven't watched it. Yeah. I'm just like, I've accepted. I know I'm going to most likely enjoy it, and I'm just like, I'll just watch it all in one go when
that makes sense. Yeah.
So I haven't jumped on it, but that is another sequel, and that's because one of the reasons is because it's a sequel.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I know I'm gonna like it. Like we're far enough in the story that I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
For recommendations of sequels, if you have not seen Dan in general, I will say it is a bit quirky and a little weird.
It's different,
but I think that is part of the charm.
Yes.
You don't agree? I think it's part of its charm, and it's very enjoyable, really well animated. I do think that it is a show worth saying if you have not seen season 1. It is worth just cranking out season 1 and 2 in like one go.
Get past the first couple episodes because some people will be like, "Oh, these jokes are weird. It's not for me."
Yep.
Just get through the first couple episodes and see what you think after that.
Moving on to another sequel that felt like it took a while to come out, but Worth the wait, and that was My Dress Up Darling season 2. So it is a little bit more on the ecchi side. Even though if you were to look at it, it just says romance in its side. And it is. It's one of those shows where when you see some of the more degenerate-ish stuff, the fan servicey stuff, if you can get over that, it is actually an extremely cute show.
Okay.
Very cute story. The main 2 characters are just, they're lovely. But I will say it is harder for some people to get over that fan service element of show. And I totally understand that. It's not for everyone. But I think it is a really cute romance story. So I do think both seasons are worth checking out. And I think for me, for sequels, the only other ones are Sakamoto Days, which it's basically the second part of season 1. So
yeah,
I feel like in order to truly judge Sakamoto Days, if you watch the first part, you may as well watch the second part, get that full first season effect. But if you weren't vibing, I will say the second part has been better.
It has been better. It's been more out of the city, that's for sure.
It's been more out of the city and hasn't felt as there's a bit more story going through now. It's not as that
episodic almost of like who's going to try and kill him this week
that you're following.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it. It's still animated well. But I think on this one you're going to agree. But Kaiju number 8 has
stepped up.
It is not a unique story.
No,
I totally understand if some people are like, well, I've
seen Tokyo Ghoul already.
Seen Tokyo Ghoul, seen Attack on Titan, blah, blah, blah. Like, seen this story before of someone, joining the other side.
Stuck in between 2 worlds.
Exactly. I will say, they've definitely upped the
animation has...
The art style
they listen to the fans.
The art style is a lot closer to the manga.
Yep.
The animation has been solid. And the story is just getting better.
Yeah, honestly, for Kaiju number 8, for someone who's read it all from start to finish, the story does progressively gets better. It's just you see the struggle of him being like, hey, like I need to pick one, and you see him struggling to actually do that. But also, the supporting characters are really good too, and they're not afraid to kill people off. Like there is characters that won't survive until the end.
Yeah,
that's the reality of it. But you also see him like go back. I think it was one of the most recent episodes. He goes back to his old job and like talks to the people there and stuff, and it's just like you said, it's not an original story in any way. It's him, a dude tossed between 2 worlds, becomes part of the enemy, and he's trying to blend in with human society, right? But he's doing it in a fun way, I think. And what surprised me the most is that if you were to read Kaiju number 8 and then say that it was going to get an anime, my worrisome would be like, man, there's going to be so much CGI in this show. Because it's like, it's big monsters. Yeah. You would automatically assume so much CGI. But
that is the shortcut that we have seen.
Yeah. But I think that's what surprised me from week to week is that there's actually not as much CGI as you'd expect.
Yes. The Kaiju are all, a good amount of them are all hand-drawn, which is very surprising.
Because I think like when I think of like CGI when it comes to anime, like I think of like Chainsaw Man, in my opinion, should have less CGI than Kaiju number 8. In my head, personally.
No, I agree.
But the fact that Chainsaw Man has so much more CGI than Kaiju number 8. Again, it's the production, we get it. But like you said, it's a shortcut. We always see it as a shortcut of like, oh, let's just save time.
Well, it's easier for the animators on the big boys. I get it, but it is nice to see.
Yeah. I do wholeheartedly agree.
And I hope they keep it that way through this whole story.
I hope so too, because this story is the opening of like a bigger story to come. Like I said, the story gets better. But moving on.
Yeah, I just want to mention a few things. I know that Grand Blue season 2 has been doing very well. Haven't seen it. We can't really put our mark on that. Dr. Stone not caught up. Once again, it's getting that finish line. So if you are caught up, you'll have to let us know how it is. But jumping into shows that are coming out with their first season, I think let's do our top 3 shows that we would recommend if people haven't gone to watch it that they should watch.
Okay. I mean, we've already covered like half my shows, so it's not too hard for me. But I'll do top 2 because the other ones are like good, but I don't know. Obviously, the biggest one I'd recommend, Silent Witch. The story's really good. The animation's cute. That's really all I gotta say. But the animation's cute. The story's good. The story keeps me interested because
You
it
want to say it
takes
the other way? The story's cute and the animation's good. You want to say the animation's cute and the
all of the above is
the
both
story's
good and cute. My gosh, tongue twister. It's getting late. Yeah, Silent Witch for sure, and then Night to the Living Cat. Like I said, if you're a cat person, or if you want like a self-aware comedic style end of the world, it's fun. But yeah, Silent Witch and Night of the Living Cat. I wasn't like, I think the premise of Silent Witch on the base of it is that she just has social anxiety.
Yep.
And everyone thinks she's like this super overpowered witch because she just like really quietly like whispers all the spells because she's social anxiety up to wazoo, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, she's unstoppable." But even the design of the special effects, I guess, of the magic is really good. I am super curious where the story's gonna go.
Yeah, that's fair. For me, I would say for shows that it is their first season, I'm going to go with, I'm going to add your third one for you, and then we can briefly talk about it. I'm going to add, based on everything we've heard, some people from our Discord server as well have helped out. Hikaru, the summer Hikaru died.
Yes.
The reason I stopped watching it, and it's not because it's bad, it's because...
Spoiler alert.
It's a horror anime, and I was like, you know what this would be really good for? The anime of the month for October.
Exactly.
You know, when we want to try and find something a little bit more Halloween horror film themed.
Saves me from watching a different anime.
Saves you from watching another anime. The show will be done by then. So I stopped watching it, but I have it on good authority from the Discord and friends that this is worth checking out. So I'm going to cheater Chan and put that in your third spot. And that's why we aren't recommending it, because we put a pause and we're not watching it until October.
Like I would debate about like Takopi's Original Sin is a crazy great anime, but I don't.
No, it's in mine. It's mine.
I want to
That's
recommend
why I'm putting
it,
this on there.
but I don't like.
Because speaking of horror, we've got Takopi's Original Sin. Now, it'll do the trigger warnings for you, but I'll also say there is a trigger warning. It is dark, to say the least.
Yeah.
But wow.
Dark from a reality standpoint.
What a emotional and
twisted
reality, like, man, it is.
I couldn't believe what I was watching.
You're gonna feel things.
Yeah.
And might not be good things.
If they are good things,
and it also goes to show you that you don't need 24, 36, 1,000 episodes to have a good story.
Condensed story, yeah.
This
definitely.
is 6 episodes. Easily could finish it in an afternoon, right? Like,
if you don't take breaks. I had to take breaks.
Yeah, you probably will.
But
need breaks,
you should take breaks, guys.
You should go outside.
Go outside, touch grass.
Call your mom.
Call your mom. Tell them you love your parents, your siblings. Tell your friends.
But I will say, if the trigger warnings, you're okay. I'm not going to go through all the trigger warnings. You'll have to see them and judge for yourself if you're going to be okay with it. But I think it's absolutely, if you can get over those, a must watch. It's probably a show you're never going to rewatch. Yeah. But it's going to be a show you'd be glad you watched.
It just shows you the complexity of anime.
Yeah, it really does. It shows that, I think it's almost an example of a show that you can have someone who is not an anime fan and kind of just puts anime in that box of like, ooh, like
magical girls
or
and
like
schools
big
and
girls, and you're like, it's like pervy or weird, and you're just like, watch this. How do you feel now?
Well, it's even like I got my girlfriend to watch like an episode of Anne Shirley with me because it's just like, it's just different,
Yeah, for sure. It's just a medium to tell a story.
Exactly.
Whether it's an original or based off of another work. And it also goes to show you like how dark an adult anime can be.
Exactly.
So I'm going to say Takopi Original Sin, must watch.
Yep.
Going down the must watch as well. For original, I will say, I'm going to say Clevitus. I think if you like fantasy, I think it's got a very unique twist to it. It's really got the dark vibes going on for it. It is a bit different. Was not expecting some of the twists that go on throughout the story. The action is solid. And like I said, it's one of the shows that I'm most looking forward to every week. To like, I'm watching it the day it comes out.
Okay.
Level of, and maybe that is just because it is a lot more unique compared
Yeah,
to
it's a different feel.
some of the shows. But I also agree with your Silent Witch recommendation. I'm very happy you said that because now I don't have to say it.
Yeah, I just
It's been very just honestly perfect show to pair with Takopi's Original Sin.
yeah, very polar opposite.
Like, kind of something to help bring you up a bit.
Well, that's the thing is like watching the anime that I'm watching this season, like watching like Kaiju number 8 and Dan to Dan, like those are obviously more like action packed, and then you watch Night of the Living Cat and it's just a comedy. And Shirley, so episodic. Silent Witch has got that episodic feel, and then we got the isekai of the Water Magician.
Yeah.
That I'm also watching. And then I also jumped on this one called New Saga, which I'm only a couple episodes in. And full discretion, the reason why I picked it is because of the main character's name. Because I thought it was so funny when I first read it. Because the main character's name is Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle.
And I'm like, I just don't understand.
You don't get your Kyle in all your anime?
No. Like...
I'm torn between my last one. City of Animation is by Kyoto Animation. They always do such a great job. It's a very fun, interesting show. But I think I'm gonna scratch that classic battle shonen itch, and I'm gonna say Gachiakuta. I think the CGI. Now I know there's that kind of like that fence of there's the people who absolutely hate it and they're like, I'm done. You put CGI, no, I'm not gonna watch it. And there's the people who are like, who cares?
Yeah.
And I'm on the side of like, who cares? Do I love that the trash piece in this show are CGI? No. But I think the power system has been unique, interesting enough for me to be like, I want to learn more. I want to learn more of how the powers have come to be, et cetera, without spoiling things. So I definitely think it's worth checking out. It's by Bones Film. Bones is the studio that has done My Hero. It's done Full Metal Alchemist, both the original and Brotherhood. Bones Film is their newer section of their paired off studio, I guess. I don't know how they decide which studio does what, but either way, we've seen Bones do lots of great things is basically what I'm trying to say. So
this studio specifically is going to be doing the final season of My Hero as well.
Yep.
So I am more...
And hey, final season of My Hero is coming out. This is a good maybe one to jump on after that and be like, hey, I have another battle shonen to watch. I love the aesthetic of the style, like all of the outfits.
Yeah,
definitely seems to be a focus on the fit, and I respect that. I can respect that. It is cool. And like we mentioned, I think we probably would recommend, and based on its rating, based on what people have said in the Discord and people we've asked, The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity.
Yep.
Held high. One of my friends has read the story, and they're waiting for it to come out in Netflix jail, but they're so excited for it to come out. And the people that are watching it, that can watch it, nothing but good things. So I'm sure we would recommend that. But yeah, I would say my 3 recommendations on things I have been watching is Gachiakuta, Clavitus, and then last but not least, and probably, man, there's just, it's so many good shows that it is hard, but I would say Takopi's probably, if you can get over the trigger warnings.
Yeah.
I think is one of the quickest watches and might have a very lasting impact.
I think it will.
So I think it's up there for most recommended for me personally. Just taking a quick look at our Discord. Maybe some honorable mentions. Also, To Be Hero X, feel like we should throw out an honorable mention for that since it has carried over. It is 1, it's a carryover. 2,
it's a Chinese animation studio.
Yeah, and they've just been killing it. Every time I feel like we see a Chinese studio, like they always seem to be killing it. And very unique stylization to the show. There was also a video by Giga who I can't remember if it was the writer and director he talked to for the series. And there were some interesting things that came out of that interview. You should definitely check it out. But the flip-flop of different styles, I'm not caught up, but I heard that the ending is going to be crazy. So definitely a big shout out to Be Hero X. And here we got some that I have not had the pleasure of watching. We got Hotel Inhumans and Betrothed to My Sister's Ex, which I've both gotten some big thumbs up from people on the Discord. So
Yep.
if you know maybe Battle Shonen aren't for you,
There's a lot of other
there's
options.
a lot of
for
other
you.
options. Like you said, there was also like Shield Hero for sequels. If
Yeah,
you
if
know.
you're still watching,
there was a lot of isekais.
Yeah, a lot of isekais. Obviously, I'm watching. Are you watching Water Magician as well?
Yep.
That's an isekai. New Saga's a isekai, kind of.
Yep.
It's
Water
time.
Magician's just been very generic. So that's
Very
why I
generic. Yeah,
haven't-
nothing. It's
that's
just
why I haven't mentioned it.
that's the one I was like least excited for every week. Where I'm like, oh, if I have time, I'll watch that one.
You watch it and you're like, okay, like
Yeah.
it's I.
Yeah, I know where this story's gonna go probably. So nothing really crazy in there.
Nothing really crazy,
Mm.
but I mean, there hasn't been that many seasons since recording the podcast. It feels like that we've been like, wow, we need to talk about it on its own.
This is our first time doing this. I think
It's our first time
because
doing
we
it.
usually mention like our what we've been up to, what we've been
Yeah,
watching episode.
I just feel like
Um,
I don't know how many we've ever even felt like maybe come close to that level of there's too much.
Yeah, we need to
about.
talk about this.
Because I'm just going through like if we go to winter, we had the Apothecary Diaries, Soul Leveling Season 2, which obviously was insane. Medalist. And then it was already down. It feels like most of the time, in terms of must watches, we'd be lucky to get 2 or 3 must watches.
Yeah.
Really. And that's definitely, if you add sequels, maybe there's more, but on new shows, sometimes it does feel like we get a lot of that, it's like something else, but doesn't have that.
That
oomph.
crazy oomph, like, because this summer season was insane. To
But
be
I will
honest,
say, like this year, we've been eating good, and if you've been lucky enough to check out our fall, you'll know that there are definitely a lot less shows,
but still some big hitter
but also
ones.
some big ones for sure,
A lot of sequels as well.
and big sequels
Um,
at that. And the winter season has 3 insane sequels, and we don't even know everything that's going to be planned to air yet. So,
Yeah.
the year of 2025, I am nervous for when we get to the award season, because I have,
No idea.
I am just like, man, so many good
Sheesh.
shows,
Yeah.
so many. We are eating good. We are spoiled here in the anime sphere right now. Just
This season alone, we are spoiled.
sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I'll go back and watch some shows the never-ending watch list, and you're always
Yeah.
like, I know that this older show is really held in high regard, so I want to watch it. But with how many good shows have been coming out every season,
It's hard to
You want to
backtrack.
be kind of,
You want to be in the know.
yeah, you want to be riding that wave and be like able to discuss it with people who are maybe just getting into anime and they're not starting on old stuff. They're just
Yeah,
starting.
they're
on
not
what's
gonna go
happening right
watch
now.
freaking Neon Genesis Yu Yu Hakusho.
They're just watching
like-
what's hype right now.
Exactly. They're like,
And
oh, this
it's-
gotcha Kuta. Oh, cool.
It's so tough to watch some older stuff or catch up on your watch list. But yeah, it's been one heck of a season.
We got
Super
some-
excited to take a little bit of a slowdown
Yes.
and maybe get back into reading some manga, reading some books.
Did get new box sets recently.
Got some new box
So-
sets. I've also just have been stacking up
Yeah.
on some physical manga that I need to catch up because
Yes.
I think I've mentioned it, but there are some stories that I've only been reading the physical
Yep.
English release to kind of stop me from
Jumping to ahead.
just racing through it.
yeah.
So I've actually stacked up a few volumes of a couple of those that I need to catch up on. I'm sure we'll do an episode.
Yeah, I
where
think we got an
cover
episode in
everything.
October where I think we're gonna be doing a good catch up. Just.
But
for
I
the
would
holidays,
like that to
but-
include stuff that's not just I watched a lot of
I
anime.
watched all of the summer animes. Yeah, I 100% agree. Speaking of anime, though, next week's episode already is going to be the end of September.
I know.
Anime of the month
That is insane.
flew by, which is just crazy.
But that is Psychopath season 1.
Psychopath season 1. It's 22 episodes. Production IG, so I'm looking forward to it. I haven't started it yet, but that's okay.
You haven't started as of recording.
As of
You've
recording.
got a lot of time as
Yeah.
of this recording.
Yes, but it's sitting at 8.33 on my anime list. So
Yeah, and I'm sure if you have
Pretty
checked it out,
decent.
we would love to get your 2 cents. You can join the anime club In our Discord, there's a little anime of the month emoji to join that, and you'll have your own. We have our own separate chat for that. And honestly, even if you've already seen the anime, we would love to get your kind of feel for it and your 2 cents on it. Maybe Matt or myself can throw something in to let you guys know whereabouts we are in the show, so that way you don't maybe spoil things for others. But yeah, get involved. We would love to mention your thoughts on the series we watch, and also give us your recommendations if you have anything that you want us to pick for anime of the month. October, like we mentioned, is already picked. Based on everything I've seen, it feels like it's going to be good. But hey, we still have November and December coming.
Exactly. So I mean, if you got some Christmas, winter, holiday anime specifically that you want us to review in December, this is
a December one would be
a little
good.
bit more tough one to
find us
pick.
a good
So
holiday one.
we'd appreciate that.
Less research for us.
Exactly. But until then, in the future, near future, we'll talk about the Demon Slayer film because we're gonna go see it in the next couple days of this recording. So stay tuned for that.
I have a feeling it's gonna be animated pretty well.
I hear that the company that does Demon Slayer may be a really good animation studio.
Yeah, your football they've happened to do pretty well for themselves.
May have helped Demon Slayer get quite on the map because of the animation.
Yeah, they've
and
well.
We'll see, I guess. But until then, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube and the Spotify, and chat in the Discord. Don't be afraid to jump in there, discuss with the peers, discuss with us.
Or just mention, hey, I read this recently and I thought it was really cool. You guys should check it out.
Exactly.
Or I watched this. Or I bought this.
Yeah.
We have a whole bunch of
different... We do have a haul section somewhere on the Discord, so...
Let us know what you guys have been getting up to this summer. I know maybe you guys have been out fishing.
Maybe. Doesn't just have
camping.
to be nerd stuff.
Yeah.
What's your summer like? How was your summer?
It's over, so...
Crazy. But yeah, anyways, thanks for listening. And we'll see you next week where we're going to talk about Psycho-Pass Season 1.
Heck yeah.
See you
then.
Bye.
TNMP, the Nerdy Misfit Podcast. Don't forget to join the island by dropping a follow. Thank you, and see you next week.